Hello, class. Today I'm going to talk about the topic of overproduction, which is in Chapter 6 of Marx Capital Illustrated. Overproduction simply means to produce too much of something. People who are not manufacturers of a product may not think that this is a problem, but it is a major problem for capitalism. If you want to understand it better, think about when you go to your local supermarket. When you see that people are stocking things and they have too much of it, do you think that they just give it to the people who need it most, or they take it to the back until they need it? So what if they don't need it and it gets to expire and then they just have to throw it away? Well, sadly, that's what businesses do. I found that in the book, businesses would rather dispose of a product before giving it to the people who need it most but just cannot afford it. And this is what this picture right here shows. So a personal example that I have of capitalism tying into overproduction is when I usually go to Dunkin' Donuts for breakfast. So usually I have to pay 35 cents for jelly. And to me, I would think that if I had a breakfast sandwich, I wouldn't have to pay for jelly because it's supposed to come with it. But the way that Dunkin' Donuts works, you have to pay 35 cents. So I always think about, what if a student only has just enough money for the breakfast sandwich but not for the jelly? Would Dunkin' Donuts give that person the jelly for free or just let them go without it? In my opinion, I feel like Dunkin' Donuts would just let them go without it. And that is how capitalism works, sadly. So I continue to go to Dunkin' Donuts throughout this semester, and I asked the cashier for jelly, and she proceeds to tell me that they no longer sell it. And she tells me that they no longer sell it because students wouldn't buy it. So the jelly would just sit in the back and it would expire. So to me, I'm like, why wouldn't you just give the students the jelly for free if it constantly expires? So fast forward to now, they no longer sell jelly because all they have to do is throw it away and dispose of it. So now, if we don't need the jelly anymore, that means that we don't need the people who are at the factory producing the jelly to be in the factory anymore, which means that overproduction produces loss of jobs, which you can see right here. The line for the unemployed was way longer, but this is the only shot that I could get. We When I say loss of jobs, you can really think of the Great Depression. And this was a major economic crisis for America, and it resulted in loss of jobs. And it was caused somewhat by overproduction because farms would produce too many goods to where people wouldn't have enough money to buy all of them. So they just throw it away, which goes back to the background in this picture right here. You see all of these goods, and this could be given away to people, but it's not. Instead, it's just disposed of. So now we're going to talk about this quote right here. No one has ever become poor by giving, by Anne Frank. So you see that I'm sorry, that people would rather throw this stuff away than to give it to people who need it most. But in reality, you're losing money either way, because you're losing money and time, because people who produce these goods, they wasted their time doing it. And if we don't need them to do it anymore, then we're putting them at risk for loss of jobs. And we could have just gave this to the people who needed it most, but instead we would rather throw it away, and we believe that money is more important than just overall health of the people. So no one has ever become poor by giving means basically that you're not becoming poor, because when you throw this stuff away, you're losing money either way. So overproduction really could have been prevented just by farmers and businesses just giving away the things that they don't use. And it's sad that people actually think this way and that nothing has changed, but that's just the way that capitalism works and overproduction.